This week, getting brands closer to consumers through 3D simulation. Also, how a well-known soft drink brand is celebrating teen culture through a bite-sized content offering. And do you remember this famous stunt? Well, we'll chat to the family behind it and find out how they keep on renewing their brand promise to a new generation of consumers. Well, a very warm welcome, and first up this week, for more than 90 years, leading global market research company Nielsen has provided data and analytics based on scientific methods and innovation, continually developing new ways to answer the most important questions facing the media, advertising, retail and fast-moving consumer goods industries. Now the company has a new offering designed to get clients even closer to shoppers. It's called Smartstore. It's a realistic, I'm told, and immersive 3D simulation of the shopper experience. To talk us through the why and the how and the importance is Kim Reddy, Consumer Insights Director at Nielsen South Africa. Kim, a very warm welcome to you. Before we get to the technology itself, why these days is understanding shopper behavior so critical?
I think because both in South Africa and globally, lots of change happening. Shopper behavior and retail environments are actually changing rapidly. And people tend to change their behavior as things in their lives change or as retail environments change. So absolutely understanding the shopper, what they're doing, why they're doing it, has become even more important for both manufacturers and retailers.
But are they doing anything different?
Yes, they are introducing more trips into their shopping behavior. They are introducing more mission types. So previously we had like 3 key missions that people would go on. So it'd be a stock up, a top up, and a buy now, eat now. Now, these days, there's like 7 missions. So it's everyday needs, meal preparations that are coming in. They also have more reasons to shop. They shop differently. They shop online. They shop offline. So lots of things that are happening, and it's happening at a rapid pace. So trying to understand what they're doing is really key for marketers to be able to get to them.
I'm fascinated that you use the word mission. Is that how you see it? When I go shopping, am I on a mission?
Yes, it's a task or a mission, really, because people either go, I go to do my grocery shopping, so I need to stock up and buy all my bulk items, or I really need a snack. So I'm sitting at work, I'm feeling hungry, need to get something to get my energy up there, so I go on a mission to get a snack. Or
what's changed in the consumer environment to make things so different? And I'm sensing a lot more complex.
Yeah, I think the whole lifestyle that consumers lead has become more innovative, more hectic. So people have more access to different shopping.
More access, but less time.
Exactly. So rather than making lunch at home, some of them will go out and buy lunch during lunchtime. There's more business lunches that are happening. There's also no time in the evening. So people will buy ready-to-eat meals, or they buy things that make it easy to prepare meals after work.
Kim, you're absolutely exhausting me at this point. So let's talk about something called the moment of truth. And I'm sensing the moment of truth is when I'm standing in front of the shelf and something is happening within my synapses.
When we do shopper research, we try to understand why they do what they do. So why do they pick a certain product? Why do they pick certain brands? And it's really difficult because when you ask shoppers afterwards, after the fact, it's very difficult for them to tell you why they picked up a certain bottle of water when they were standing in this convenience store as opposed to another. So people tend to recall what is really memorable for them or something that's really compelling. So if they change their behavior, they'll remember that.
So in order to better understand that, you've now got this toolkit.
Yes.
What are you asking your test subjects to do in that respect?
So basically what this does, it puts them into this realistic shopping environment. It's an immersive reality environment where 3D and gives a full 360 version of the store environment. So you are standing in an actual store. And the stores are built to replicate a hypermarket, a convenience store, supermarket. And the height and depth of ceilings, floors, etc. puts you in that scenario. So I could be faced with a wall of chocolate or washing powder, whatever the case is. It's not even a wall. It's literally the layout. So you are in the shop. You can walk in the shop. You can walk around. You can pick up stuff. and you can put it into a trolley. You have a basket or you have a trolley. You can interact with products.
What are you looking for while people are experiencing?
The software allows us to track their head movements, their eye movements, their feet movement, so we can see where they're looking. It generates heat maps, so we can see how long they're looking at certain things. If a manufacturer, for example, just wants to look at personal care, then we will design a personal care aisle to replicate exactly what a shopper would see. They would stand in front of it, and then we watch how they interact with the personal care products. Do they look at a certain brand? How long do they look at it? Do they move around? Do they come back? The beauty of this technology is that it allows us to immediately play back and ask questions. So we record everything. There are moments of when people pick up brands, we can show it then. We said, you did this. Why did you do that? So we get to that actual moment of truth before people have a chance to walk out the store and forget it.
And Kim Reddy, I'm assuming in time, this is also going to have an impact on things like in-store marketing and, for that matter, in-store display and the way in which products are stacked on shelves, for instance.
Absolutely. That's exactly why the product was designed, to help manufacturers, to help retailers, to be able to test point of sale, to be able to test store layouts, to be able to test pricing, everything in a realistic environment without actually interrupting a real store. So they can test a future that doesn't actually exist at the moment. So they can say, what happens if I put a brand of shower gel on the top shelf versus if I move it onto a second shelf?
It's astonishing. Do South African shoppers behave any differently to other parts of the world?
Global shopping is changing at a rapid rate. So if you look at them, Amazon Go, for example, is looking at where people walk in, swipe something, pick up stuff and leave the store without having to pay because it records it. We're not at that point, but the shopping behavior we can see is evolving at the same rate.
It's all very expensive, though, this, isn't it?
No, it's actually comparable to shopper research that we do at the moment. The software and the programs are built with clients on their specifications, exactly what they need. So you can go from very simple to testing just aisle, like personal care, to a whole shop. And because it's custom built, the price differs according to that. And it's no more expensive than any other. It's comparable.
And Kim, just very briefly, I'm assuming this is principally aimed at FMCG products. You're not going to have the same experience, or maybe you are, I don't know, with going to buy a car in an auto showroom, for instance.
Well,
okay.
Very interesting. It is currently, at the moment, it is aimed primarily at FMCG, but we are constantly evolving and we're working on different avenues. And the whole experience, we are building things. It's not just visual, okay? It's sound, so we build audio into it. So if there's music playing in a store, we can test that. People can pick up the product, read labels on it if that's what they need to do. They can turn it around. I'm not saying we're not doing anything further. We are definitely working with this.
All right, the brave new world of retail. Thank you very much indeed, Kim Reddy from Nielsen, South Africa. Next on the programme, bite-sized content for teens by teens. How a soft drink brand is celebrating youth culture.